Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe. We are trying to hit 50,000 subscribers until the end of the year. And let's begin the complaints actually. It is kind of a complaint video, and I plan to, when I can, do a bug report on this or some kind of, I don't know, it just needs to be changed in my opinion. Not by much, but it needs to be changed. And we are here in the MiG-29. I know it's one of the best aircraft in the game. It doesn't need to be better than anything else. The MiG-19, when it was added, it was already the best aircraft in the game. And it got like, we had to wait, I don't know, like 6 months or more to actually, I think when the MiG-21 was actually added, they buffed the MiG-19, or even the SMT. It took a while for the MiG-19 had to have its own performance, the real life performance of it. And by the way, we are using the overlay program, but what are we talking about? We are talking about turns capabilities, okay? I have the sources of some books, especially Yeffing Gordon ones, that state that the maximum amount that an aircraft could actually turn, the MiG-29, in a safety limit would be 26 degrees, okay? Initially it was 22 degrees in AoA, I mean, and then it was increased to 24, and then 26 along the initial years of service of the aircraft, because they were actually understanding how the aircraft would turn and stuff. And so yeah, the number that you have to think is 26 degrees. And even there is another source, a John Lake's book, basically Fly and Fight Against the MiG-29, I think it's a name like that. I will include in the bug report as well. It states that the MiG-29 American pilots, I think, that tested the aircraft, I think there were a couple of them that tested the aircraft, they state that the MiG-29 is one of those aircraft that can actually go a little bit further than the actual limit if you need to, and it wouldn't be such a bad problem to the aircraft itself. So even in a technical kind of point of view, it would be able to actually pull more than that, and it can. I will show you how. But the thing is, in RB, we are in the live server. I will show some footage at the end of the video with the dev server, which they like heavily improved the dogfight capabilities of the MiG-29 and the flight model. But still, there you have the same limit. But still, as you're going to see here, I mean, the most amount of AoA that I can pull using the program right up there, it's 22 degrees, man. It barely, I mean, in the dev server it is managing 23 degrees, but it's not much beyond that. It's really hard to pull more than that, as you see. Let's try to be a little bit faster here. I will compress a little bit, but yeah, 22 something, and it goes back to 21-9.9. So as you see, it is pulling a lot less AoA than it could actually. But the funny part is that if we actually go here, change my controls, as you see. We are still in RB, but I'm using my Logitech controls. I'm still in RB, okay? Still in RB. Look the amount of AoA that I can pull. Let me lower the airspeed, obviously. Look at that, 28. Let me not pass out. Let's get some speed. Look at that, 30 something, and it's bouncing. They actually changed that in the dev server, and it's actually properly working now. So don't worry, the flight model will be a little bit better after the dev server is on live server, right? But as you see, with the full real controls, I can pull a lot more. It is bouncing, as I said. Ignore that. This will be fixed. But yeah, I'm pulling 35 degrees, which is above the safety limit in normal operations. But it is indeed possible to do this in real life as well. But why can we just not pull that in the ARB? Well, it's basically due to the instructor. Basically, the instructor is limiting the amount of pull that you can actually pull due to safety limits, basically, so that you don't break the aircraft or you don't enter in a flat spin. Because if you do just pull it, as you see over here, eventually the aircraft will try to go into a flat spin. As you see, the flight model is such weird, it's so weird right now in the live server that you cannot even put in a flat spin, but in the dev server for the next patch it will be able to, so you do need to be careful, and it will be a lot smoother to fly as well. But as you see, the Instructor is actually limiting by a lot less. Again, as you see, 30 something degrees. And then if you, let's return to the mouse control. The most amount of G's, the most amount of AoA that you can pull is basically 22 degrees. It will be increased to 23, but still, even if you take the safety limit of real life, it is 3 degrees less than that. So, I don't know, what am I asking for? Well, at least give it the real safety limit. I mean, why is that a limit for 22 degrees over here? I mean, at least put it at 26. Even though it will lose a lot more energy turning, it will be able to do a one turn a lot better. And you can choose to control the speed or not, putting the nose a little bit downwards in a dogfight. So the pilot actually can choose to actually turn more or less. So yeah, I know it already turns like no other aircraft, but I mean, it's just an odd thing to have, right? I understand that some things just need to be the way they are, but like, come on, right? It's kind of weird. I don't know. I just feel like if we are having safety limits with the Instructor, then at least it should be the main normal limit for safety, as according to manuals and books and stuff, according to the real life aircraft. And I understand, by the way, this is a disclaimer, I understand that the F-16 also needs to be pulling a little bit more than it's pulling right now. So yeah, I just think this whole fly-by-wire kind of situation, it is very weird in RRB, and it's actually like limiting a lot these aircraft. So I think they need to fix that. As I said, I have the information on the MiG-29. I don't have it on the F-16. I don't have the manuals on it or anything like that. I have the books on the MiG-29. So I will be doing probably a bug report on the MiG-29 to see if they actually can change that or not. But still it is problematic because people need to just let them know, you know. So if you do have these manuals, make a bug report about it as well for the F-16, the Mirage, if you notice that they are pulling less than the manual says, or the book or whatever, right? So yeah, let's take a look now on the little footage that I recorded in the dev server to just show to you that it is improving, but it needs to be a little bit better as well. And here we have a recording that I did in the dev server. So as you're going to see, we are over here, the AoA, as you see, pulling a little bit more, like 23 degrees, and then it goes back to 22, and it stays like that. The F-16 can pull a little bit more, like 22 something, but I still think that the F-16 is also lacking in that area. So yeah, this is going to happen throughout the video. I don't have to keep repeating myself. But yeah, it is a very weird problem. With RB controls, with mouse controls, we have this limitation of 22 degrees, which is not even close to the real safety limit that the aircraft had, which is 26. And also, the aircraft could do a lot more than that if you wanted to. In the case of simulator battles, or not even simulator battles, in RRB, but with the joystick, you can actually pull 35 degrees, 38 degrees at once. In the dev I could manage. So it is a very weird kind of thing. I still think that it is the Instructor that it's just limiting. I don't think it's anything to do with the fly-by-wire or anything like that. Remember, the F-16 has a full fly-by-wire. The MiG-29 has a hybrid system. You can bypass it if you want and be a little bit more maneuverable. But I feel like in the game, at least on the MiG-29, it is not limited with the fly-by-wire. So you can pull it, maybe if you use the SAS, maybe in the simulator battles. But in a general sense, it is not limited to that. It is limited to other things, like the Instructor, which is my best guess. As I said, I will be doing a bug report to see if they can actually increase a little bit. because there's no reason why these aircraft should not pull at least the safety limit, right? I don't know, it just feels weird. And to be honest, it's just encourage me to go back to simulator battles and play more simulator, because in ARB you are just capped with this type of thing. Even though the aircraft is amazing, I mean, you're just limited. So I don't know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Make sure to subscribe. As I said, we are trying to hit 50k until the end of the year. We're almost at 17,000, so still a long way to go, but we will get there, I think. So help me out there, subscribe, and I see you guys on the next one. Okay? Bye, guys. See you.